And welcome back. We are ready.
Sorry,
You stop that.
Had to, man.
Welcome back. We're about to jump into game 4 on Sanhok. Great last few games. That last game, like that turnaround from it was an initial turnaround from Tornado Energy, then the turnaround by Quick Math. It was going all over the place.
Whole game. It was just a whole game. Like the circle was unusual. Well, we've had similar before, but I felt it was even more unusual overall. But this is the placement standings. Tornado Energy, like 250 points. Let's just give them the credit that they deserve. 49 points ahead of second place alone, dominating the standings on top of that mountain.
I'm seeing InsideGames. They're about to get kicked out.
They're close.
Whoa. Quick Math,
they're close. The first game that they won today in Erangel helped their cause, but they haven't had the strongest games the last two games, not scoring a high amount of points, which means that they've gotten a little bit closer to Quick Math, but also YMCA have gotten closer because they've had 3 struggling games, which puts them in the firing line coming into the last game today, and of course the 4 games tomorrow, where we see the teams just getting closer and closer.
Here we go, kicking off Sanhok 4 today. Last game of the day, as always. Going to be having a playing just pretty much on the eastern side, so maybe a little bit far away from like Sanmi, Nakao. It's just a little bit far off those locations, so teams that like to try and play on the western coastlines might have a little bit more of a struggle in this game. But still, as I'm always going to say, if you get Painan, you're good to go.
And I said, not that I feel bad, but it's like HeartShift again. They've had like fantastic performances both in the game they won in Erangel and even that Miramar game where they got quite a good few points. It's just a shame for them that the 2 teams that are ahead of them also fighting for top 8, Quick Math and Katana, had better results in that Miramar game, which kind of defeats their cause. Yes, they moved up in the overall standings ahead of DOS Pilots, where they're in 12th place and are only like 8 points behind Rewap. But man, they need every single game, every single point that they can get to if they're gonna try and climb their way back up.
So we see Quick Math. Week 1, they always used to go bootcamp. Now they changed it to Painan. They see that Painan, in my opinion, I think the Painan is better than bootcamp because you've got so many rotation points, a lot of loot, got easy rotation also between the buildings there if you do get harassed, and also to just backtrack as a 4-man squad. So I do really like the change of gameplay from Quick Math, at least on their first drop in locations. And this is a circle I don't think we had so far.
Most of the circles most of the circles have kind of been
on the west
and southwest and northwest. So we haven't really had much of a southeast finish, which involves the likes of Quarry, it involves the likes of Kampong, and then of course the cave area.
And I talked about then Quick Math going for the Painan. Once again, easy rotation point. They get directly in the circle down to the mainland if they really have to. Well, they're going to have to because it is shifting in that direction. So that's why it's such a valuable location to drop on early. It just gives you a lot more opportunities on the long run as you pan on over to last crew. They took over the poor man's boot camp, as Imperium would like to call it all the time. I mean, he's got the loot, right? He's got the loot.
Yeah, but it's still poor man's boot camp, though.
It's the poor man's boot camp. The reason why, even though the loot is good, the reason why boot camp is always better is because it's so central. It allows you a lot more opportunities. It's a little bit like Painan to rotate. If you want to go there to boot camp, it's for that early rotation.
I'm just kind of, I suppose, when it comes to classics and all that jazz, you know, it's kind of like it's boot camp for wusses, you know. It's like boot camp for kindergartens. But in competitive, you know, it's a safe location to go, and it means that you're still able to loot up and then move out into a circle from there. Oh my lord, we're seeing these teams rotate second by second because what we do know about Sanhok, Max, is that the circles close in quicker, the land is smaller, and with it being very much a third-party map, getting that position early on is so crucial to your end result.
It is very important. These rotations, once again, type exclamation point map in the chat if you want to see these rotations happening, because a lot of 3-man party and gatekeeping could kind of happen, so you want to try and keep an eye out for that. DOS Pilot, they're going to be Holvin, Camp Charlie, another poor man's boot camp. They can try and make an easy rotation point. pretty easily. Like, it's just not much is going on at this stage. Still not lost any teams because they actually, this is the first time I think on, at least for Group A, that they split so evenly around the map.
Plus, I think not only because of the circle, but I think also even the players are adapting a little bit more to not be as maybe super aggressive early on, or maybe just to kind of respect the map a bit more from that point of view, and I suppose what they have to deal with. So I know we're only 4 minutes in, but normally when we're 4 minutes in on Sanhok, we're still kind of going, "Ooh, this team could go up against this team." But I think now we're, teams are playing a tiny bit safer, rotating not only earlier but a bit more together, which means there's a higher chance they're going to be safer should they come across an enemy.
Yeah, 3D Max, their team, they're on the southern West Island. They have good rotation potential, but Quick Math and DOSPilot, they hold the bridges to the mainland. So this might put 3D Max in a little bit of a tricky situation to actually make it over, but there's still a lot of opportunities. This team has been able to deal with a lot of pressure on those kind of rotations in the past, and they made it multiple times across the rivers. So if one team can do it, of course it's going to be 3D Max. So all my hopes are for them at the start of this one game. Katana, they're one of the most central teams towards the likes of Quarry.
Yeah.
And a Quarry finish would be actually pretty fun to see. It would be interesting to see how these teams can actually deal with the pressure of Quarry, because you just give up mainly your protection in the grass, with the rocks and the trees and everything, actually to an open area where all of that is completely lacking, and you have a bunch of crates to use as your protection. So it is kind of unfamiliar to see a Quarry finish on Sanhok, but to see one would be actually really interesting. I'm just a big fanboy of Quarry finish.
No, it's I like it as a location myself. Personally, it's tricky to hold on to. Of course, you want to kind of hold the high grounds within it, like it can be seen in Erangel. So let's see who's going to possibly be the king of the Quarry, so to speak. But these teams now, as we're getting a little bit further into the game, the teams are a little bit closer together. A good few of the teams are in the center circle, leaving the edge of the circle a little bit more open for the likes of Ferrari Breach in the north. You have Rewap also in the north, and then Unity in that northeast side of the coastal line.
Because if you can avoid the edge of circle on Sanhok, you have to do all your best to try and do so. Rotating through the cross-section of the river is going to be YMCA. Once again, cross-section of the river, really good rotation point to try and get to any kind of island. Here's going to be mainland, so they do get through the northern west section. As mjyoh, also a team, they rotated through the north. They found a nice high ground, a few compounds to pick from also. So mjyoh, if they want to try and set up camp in some kind of position around here, they can definitely do so. The north, and also just mainly the north, is almost completely unoccupied on the edge of the circle. So they are pretty safe, but Ferrari Breach are rotating down slowly but surely.
Well, but there's still even a few compounds that Ferrari Breach can hold on to that's kind of more central to the circle. There is mjyoh close to a compound that they could find themselves kind of punched against. Either way, now we're starting to see action unfold a bit more as 3D Max and DOSPilot's getting close down in the south bridge line of the mainland.
I'm just surprised in 7 minutes we haven't lost one player. There's not even a team. We haven't lost a team. We haven't lost one player, which is really surprising. We saw a few shots coming out, especially with the likes of Katana. They're getting a little bit surrounded by a few of these teams, but phase one is just about to end. Where is it going to be taking us? Is it going to have still some river involved? Is it going to be completely mainland? Is it going to be still having Quarry, but still a lot of coastline, and actually you have cave in there also.
And you could see the likes of docks and you have that kind of gap area down in the south side where if that next phase does shift to the east, teams will have to go around it. But let's see how it's going to play out. mjyoh and Ferrari Breach. EduCoz gets taken out by both Mans and Offstrings, respectively. Good teamwork coming out from mjyoh. Now they're flanking around as DP holds a nice angle. You see it coming out. That's it, DP, Mans and Offstring nicely spread out with each other as they look to take down Ferrari Breach. But nice by Rezu from Ferrari Breach to knock down Mans.
A 3-team fight happening inside games. Last crew that does have the compound, and LXG is going down pretty quickly. Already lost 4 players. It's all coming together Ferrari breach. The only three members going to be Washout, Rizzy, and also oKKo. Rizzy finds Mans from the side of Milky Way, and LXG also going to find a few members of InsideGames. They're going to go pretty hard at the study game, and you're expecting to see the kill feed going a little bit mental. Oh, nice few shots coming out there, finding Rizzy or Ferrari breach. And down to one member.
oKKo's a little bit far away, but finds the angle onto DB, doesn't quite knock him down, but puts him down enough health that that he can't kind of peek a little bit further. His eye zoom is going to probably try to get the revive on the Mans. oKKo gets put down to 55 health. Will oKKo be able to get the revive? No. He looks for it. He doesn't get it. Ferrari breach get eliminated. Milky Way survive and live to tell the tale.
Yeah, Milky Way coming out nicely on top. That high ground also was pretty useful for them.
Yeah, it was.
InsideGames going to lose Zampeek, and they.
Oh no, that's not going to help.
But that's not going to help.
InsideGames cause because they're on equal points to Quick Math, and they're only 9 points ahead of Katana. So we could see another shift in the leaderboard at the end of this game as 3D Max and Tornado Energy go up against each other. Solar got taken out by a Mailman. That puts 3D Max down to 3 players. Noki, Furax, and Phantom. What can they do? Can they find the shots? Closes the door. Gets connected onto Mailman, but not quite knocks him out. As he's now going to reposition. Very active play coming out from Furax.
Yeah, Furax is going to try and find a better position to work with. Tornado Energy still being really proactive with their gameplay in this compound. A few teams can try and get involved on the kind of third party. That's if they want to.
True.
You have some definitely.
Well,
on it.
Quick Math will probably be the team that'll be closest.
Yeah.
To kind of third partying, but it's kind of central in the circle, and there's no need to kind of third party at this stage. As now Milky Way once again find another fight, this time onto the hands of YMCA as Sampula gets taken out, and also YMCA have to hold on to the area that 4 angry kids are near them. So this could be the kind of third party situation coming out for the likes of 4 angry kids or Milky Way.
Yeah, taking shots.
Yeah, they find the shots.
Next phase is going to be closing up. Where's going to shift onto Arm. I have the worry finish I was looking for. But yeah, they're out in the blue zone. They're going to try and actually shift a little bit down on the western section. Just try and make it around the likes of 400 kids, maybe towards the likes of the coastline of the river. Get safer entry point. I think that works out for them.
Could be the cave as well.
Could be the cave as well. Got a lot of different opportunities. Also got some rice fields that are going to be still in the area.
And if I was HeartShift, I would actually go into the water if it's possible. Jump into the water and actually go down the coastline towards the southeasterly side of the circle. Would be much safer play coming out as X team gets a knockdown onto Tizerin of Unity. As we're starting to see the kill feed pop up once again. Noki was taken out by example. That squad fight between Tornado Energy and 3D Max still going strong. There's more team fights happening. LXG looking damn strong against Unity right now.
Doesn't quite get Snoopy. Unfortunately, he's down to a few HP remaining, just about 10-15. Grenade going to be chucked on through. He's going to try and find that res. Did he go for the flush? Yeah, he did go for the flush. Okay, I didn't think he did. I couldn't see. Was the picture-in-picture. Talking about picture-in-picture, you can see that they're also both out of circle. So something's going to happen. One team will have to pull the trigger to try and end this one. Snoopy going to try and find an angle as LXG going as a full 3-man. Actually, they have one member just standing a little bit far away, just try and get him on the back side. But here it is. They're going to try and get inside of this building. A smoke did come out to maybe try and turn it and do the 1-man army play. Grenade going to be actually going to be the molly. Sorry for that. Perfect. Through, puts the ground on fire, and Snoopy now is going to go down one by one. Grenade just to try to make the work.
Molly spread with the wood.
Yep.
So it was a great play by LXG. They get that squad out, they'll move on forward, but they have to try and get into circles. Quick Math find 4 angry kids. RonnieKray gets taken out. Nixtys gets taken out. It's only Havokki left standing on the side of 4 angry kids.
Oh, there it is. Here he goes. Compo, the man of the hour for Tornado Energy. They take out 3D Max.
With the help of HeartShift, mind you, that joined in on the fun, as Kowo is going to try to get into the action, get into the thick of it. going up against Tornado Energy. He does look to get the revive onto Mike. No, actually, he didn't go for the revive because he had to try and fire shots off to protect himself. As example is going to flank around. He does take down HeartShift as Tornado Energy looking strong in this Sanhok map.
Big pog right there for Tornado Energy. Wow. One of the kids get eliminated by Quick Math. You talked about the potential 3-man party. It could have happened at some point. Didn't work out, but yeah, YMCA, I talked about it. They did shift a little bit down on the west. I think that's great from them.
It was.
GT and Sakura, they go away from that fight with Foreign Kids.
But it's downhill.
Yeah, it is downhill. They have a little bit of road, but at least stay away from that skirmish. That was already a way better situation than what they had earlier. Where's the shift going to happen? A little bit of quarry still remaining between quarry and cave. But look at that road also. That can come in action, especially against the likes of DOS Pilot and also Tornado Energy.
See, that's why I think HeartShift should have gone towards more the southeasterly rather than southwesterly, because they wouldn't have come across 3D Max. Yes, they did get a couple of kills, but they wouldn't have been taken out so early. And when they need as many points as they can get, it would have been a bit safer, as we did see one member of DOS Pilots did get knocked down. Revive will most likely come through.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the high. Oh my god,
look at this.
He's like, just clutching it.
Tornado Energy are just, there's a reason why they near pretty much top the leaderboard, pretty much top the damage board, because at every single angle they're finding bodies and they're finding shots and they're getting those knockdowns.
It's going to be Sakura remaining on side of YMCA, trying to snake it through. I'm pretty sure they have the information on his location. Pinch between Quick Math and Tornado Energy. LXG now picking another fight. They got Unity earlier. Now he's going to be re-wop. They find Mage Bane. E1 going to try and find the split. Does find an angle on top of X team, but can't quite connect any of those bullets. They have to try and rotate in. These two teams are pretty far out of the next circle phase of phase 4. When they're going to be chucked on through, try and push them back a little bit. And LXC going to take quite a heavy hit. But E1, be careful on your right.
No.
Be
Do you see it?
There. Yeah, guess who's going to be knocked down by Just White. Here it is, a nice angle. Just White going to be clapped right back. They're going to still try and make it a little bit high up ground. Re-wop, they're down to about 2 members.
And this blue zone is doing so much damage because it's phase 4, so it's ticking on through as Fuse is just going to try and flank around, but Fine is there. Do they find each other? No, yes. Fuse finds Fine. LXG get the squad wipe. Will they be able to heal themselves back up before this circle closes in? It's going to be tough. It's going to leave LXG there because it's not worth getting that revive. They're just going to try and find their way through. X team could get in there successfully. We'll see how it does pan out for them.
Last crew to have a compound on the eastern side of Quarry here. Pretty nice angles to work with, but going to be making their next rotation pretty harsh if it's not in circle. Jappy finds Azurin and flushes it out instantly. Extra points.
Last crew.
And they have been doing great the last few days, and they're just showing it once again that they are worthy to go to the finals of Contenders Phase 3. Stella, another compound, is going to be on the eastern side of Quarry.
It's high ground as well.
Yeah,
that's
they're going to split too. They're going to separate, just try and find another point of rotation. But LXG, you said they're not going to go for the res. They didn't. It's going to be only Fuse and also X Team going to try and rotate through.
I don't know if Fuse will be able to survive. I know it's going to be tough for X Team. He was actually the one member that was ahead of and closer to the circle as they're going to get into the compound. But now this next phase exposed. The north side of, should I say the northeast side of Quarry is outside the circle, putting Last Crew in a tough place because they have to try and make their way into circle. They're going to head in the direction of both Milky Way and Katana. As we do see Fuse being knocked down by Kaz from Stellar. That's going to be kill number 2 for Stellar.
The first point of this game. X-Team, though, from LXG still survived. He got in a compound on the road. He's pretty far out of circle. Stellar also going to have to try and do something about that. The last crew, they're making it through Quarry, as I said. They got the last member of Milky Way out of the picture. That was DP.
Yep.
They get an extra kill point. They get also in the top 8. The now positionings are worth those extra points, aka skills should get res, shouldn't be too much of a hassle. No team's really there.
Oh, nice one.
One team that's there is going to be still in the distance, find an angle. Quick Math is going to get involved with the likes of DOS Pilot. Tornado Energy going to try and third party this one. YMCA eliminated in 8th position. A lot of action was going on over there on the western side.
DOS Pilot's being calculatedly active against the likes of Tornado Energy, who are outside the circle, so they're able to kind of pinch him a little bit more, but not before Lipsin is able to get more work onto the likes of Stellar in the distance. That's going to be another kill going over in the favor of DustPilot's. Plus, they're in the placement points position. It's not high ground. Hoping the circle goes in their favor when it comes to phase 6. Let's see how it is going to come on through as Jupsig from QuickMath looking to get the pinch onto GG. Gets the knockdown, gets the kill. Now we're going to turn around and see who else is in other directions as QuickMath just find a nice angle to put so much pressure onto the final member of Tornado Energy.
They don't have information, I think, on Example. They don't know where he is at all. They kind of look in his direction. They might be a little bit aware. Example, one-man army for Tornado Energy. How it's going to work out. Pretty central shift, a little bit on the western side. One building remaining, and it's going to be taken over by Katana, so they're going to be just a little bit safe for this phase 6.
But look at the high ground, that little hill that QuickMath holds on to. There's nobody to one direction, so they can just kind of peek on through and look in the area of where the likes of Katana are, but they've got to actually take down DustPilots before that happens. It's going to be tough for DustPilots because they have the low ground, and the protection of the rock that the likes of Jupsig has gives them so many better angles and so many better areas of peaks. If the knockdown can come through by DustPilots onto the likes of Jupsig, it will give them so much more freedom to push on forward and possibly get that squad right. This is such an important moment for DustPilots because they need every single point that they can get their hands on.
Yeah, POLLADERUC, he's going to be the member remaining on the back. Who takes that headshot. Jupsig doing good with that SLR, but the Example still hasn't got scouted out at all. And they're just not there, just completely focused on DustPilot. And DustPilot, they're going to be pushing up the rice fields just a little bit. And that's when Example can just come in clutch and secure the last 2 kills if it does happen.
Example could help DustPilots, or they can hinder DustPilots. Right now, they're helping DustPilots. One knockdown, 2 knockdown. It's not going to be 3rd knockdown. He gets eliminated. That Tornado going down in 6th place. But like I said, this is a help to DustPilots because they're able to pick up the pieces. The 1st kill, the 2nd kill. QuickMath down to 1 member. Ensalonga, what can he do? Prone down. QuickMath get eliminated. DustPilots are able to drive on through into the circle, looking in the direction of QuickMath.
Katana, they gave away that building. They're going to try and push. They're doing a 2-1 split away from top. DustPilot, they're going to go back into the rice fields, and actually this is a great shift in the circle for DustPilot. Sorry.
Also, even Stellar as well, actually.
They've been really proactive with their rotation, make it through the road really easily, so they're going to try and hold that. They don't have the high ground, really, so that's going to be going over to DustPilot, but it's such a slow, inclination on that mountain. It's actually not going to be too valuable, but Last Crew making it through Quarry, they're kind of getting shut down by Toki. As the information on where they're located, he can try and slow down their rotation in circle. They're the team that's going to struggle the most here, 100%.
Oh man, this is so tough. AK still finds Maxizor with that knockdown. That's going to put a lot of pressure. Great bolt action work coming out from AK's skills. POLLADERUC put down to 1 HP at the hands of Katana.
He's clenching.
But now Talk gets knocked down with the play zone. Great frag grenade coming out from ctkRN to secure that kill onto Katana, putting them down to just that 1 member left. That is, of course, Kamka.
Last Crew, they made it through that rotation away from Quarry. Nice grenade from Jappy on Moleman, going to be knocking him away. Can he get res? Pretty sure that's not going to happen, but Last Crew, they did it so well. They got away from the gatekeeping of Katana, and they got in circle right now. Jappy going to try and be a little bit unaware, maybe just a little bit of a surprise position, trying to get a little bit out on the eastern side.
Nice shot. Nice.
Finds Moleman, and Kaz finds... But oh my god, Stellar, they're doing great on their positioning. But be careful, DustPilot right behind them, and they're getting surrounded and pinched between the likes of Last Crew and also DustPilot. This is getting really scary. Kaz and Beamy, can they do it? CTR and Rita are going to be pretty close together. It's just going to slow down just a little bit. But as I say that, the fire is coming through. Kamka going to be going out by POLLADERUC of DustPilot. Now Jappy going to be on his own. He does get taken out. That's going to be only 2 teams remaining. It's going to be or DustPilot or Stellar.
Both of these teams have not won a chicken dinner. This is going to be either of these teams' first win of Phase 3. And with the fact that Stellar are down in 15th and DustPilot are in 13th. Whoever wins this is going to be a huge push for them, trying to make it into the top 8. Beamy finds him, but gets knocked down by... Actually, no, finds ctrkN, my apologies. Beamy down to 20 health in the low ground. POLLADERUC gets knocked down. It's only Rita left standing. What can she do in this 1v2? But doesn't get found. Stellar take their first chicken dinner of Phase 3.
Stella did a stellar performance. I had to do it. I apologize for that one. Feels bad. Effing chat for human right now. But yeah, Stella, they did great. They had actually a 2-on split on the side of DOS/Pilot, so their positioning, in my opinion, was really good. But because they were so proactive on their positioning and their micro mechanics was so good, they just got shot after shot, got them down.
When you kind of consider that they were pinched somewhat by both DOS/Pilots and Last Crew, for them to push onto Last Crew in such a nice way to secure not one but the 2 knockdowns, leaving Jappy on his own, meant that they were able to dictate that fight a little bit more, put them in a safer position. They were able to prone themselves down and just find those calculated moves that eventually got them to chicken dinner.
A few of the early game fights. The first fight they actually did break out. It was Ferrari Breach and Milky Way. Milky Way at the end, because they had that high ground, came out on top. That unfortunate grenade from Comp didn't really work out. But still, Tornado Energy, they came out. They won that skirmish and shut down 2 teams actually trying to take that compound away from them. So great performances overall from Tornado, securing a nice, juicy amount of kills. Unity, the team that on the eastern side, they struggled a lot. LXG, they just had a really good game overall. That Molotov was great, then had the grenade chucked on over, and that shut down Snoopy and put down Unity early on in the game. And that was a nice shot once again. Compot, he was just doing a stellar performance.
Again, like HeartShift, in my opinion, made a positional mistake by, as I said, going on the southwest side of the circle. They should have, if they could have, I'm not saying they could have, but if they could have, they should have gone by the southeast side and gotten into the circle that way, because that's where the likes of Stellar and Last Crew were. And who were the couple of last teams in there? Was Last Crew and Stellar.
Yeah, that could have maybe worked out for them a little bit. Just as a safer entry point into the circle, then.
Exactly.
Last Crew still, I gotta say, they did a great amount of work to get out of Quarry into circle. Unfortunately, they didn't really make it any further than that, but they did have a pretty nice shift overall. Quick math, they lost 2 members to Example on his own. I think he should have snaked maybe a little bit longer if he could afford it.
I know.
Wait for the fight to break out between Quick Math and DOS/Pilot, and then actually try and get involved. But he tried his best.
He helped.
Didn't get the splashes, unfortunately.
He helped us.
He helped them. Yeah. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
Oh man.
You're gonna see here. Beamy find that first one, and it's just once again that 2-1 split from DOS/Pilot was great, but it's just Stella. They just played that so well, and then it was 2v1 against Rita, and she did not have the chance of her life. That 1-1 split, having 2 different angles, pressuring them so well, and that's why Stella took this chicken dinner on Sanhok.
So now we see the results from that last game of the day. InsideGames getting 0 points. Not a good day for them. I'd like to see the overall stands. Interesting to see where they're placed. They might not be. Let's find out. Let's wait. Okay. You know, I'm as excited as you are. I'm as excited as you are. But looking at the top 8 of that last game, Stellar getting 17 points. What's really interesting is that like the kills were very spread out between kind of the top 6 even. So nobody getting kind of more than 8 kills. DOS/Pilots got 8 kills. Fantastic result for them. Of course, Last Crew getting a solid result. LXG getting 9 kills, actually, with that 1 placement points, put them in that 10-point position.
Yeah, their fight was Unity early game on the East was great for them. Once again, LXG at the start of the day, they were in last position. I think they're still... we're going to have to see how they kind of crawl back in the standings, but here it is, the head-to-head stats of Stellar and DOS/Pilot. Both teams over 1.1k damage, 1.2k for the likes of DOS/Pilot. Nice conversion rate, pretty even Stevens overall. These two teams did absolutely awesome on Sanhok. Yeah. I'm really happy to see them stepping it up right now.
Of course, now we're going to see the standings. Who's paid off, who's fallen down. InsideGames are just in the top 8 by 2 points. Quick Math have found that little bit of a gap. It's not much, but it's a little bit of a gap. YMCA are slowly trickling back down. Then, of course, when you look at DOS/Pilots, not the strongest of results overall today, but that ending with that solid result keeps them in 12th. HeartShift are in 14th. It's still every team's game tomorrow as we head into Final 4.
They all showed, like HeartShift, Stellar, DOS/Pilot, 400 Kids, they all showed, in my opinion, today that they have what it takes to make it back in that top 8. If they do the same kind of performances, but like times 10, tomorrow's games, I'm sure they can make it back in that top 8. It's so fun to see how this adventure is going to be coming on through. But yeah, the matches of tomorrow, we're going to be starting off once again at 7 p.m. European summertime. 4 matches coming your way for the end of Group A. Which teams will make it through to the overall finals of Phase 3 for Contenders? Going to be really fun. So we start off the day with one Erangel, double Miramar. Going to be really fun to see that one. And then once again, end it all with one Sanhok game.
It's going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna say that InsideGames are gonna hold on to that 8th place for reason-wise, because like I said, in the PEL Contenders promo phase, they put up that fantastic result in the last day. So I'm expecting it to happen again tomorrow.
But there you have it. It was day 7 for Group A. Day 8 is just about to come on through. The last 4 games, which teams will be coming out on top and to go to the finals? We'll have to wait and see. My name was Maxman. Here was Imperium. We'll see you all tomorrow.